What's up, DC Nates? Back to the Batman the Animated Series recap review, and guys, today the episode we'll be checking out is The Man Who Killed Batman. Now, this is a very awesome episode, a lot to go over, but before we dive into this pretty much episode, all my thoughts on it, I actually want to recommend a comic series that I've actually been reading. Now, don't worry, it's not just some random comic series. It actually relates to Batman the Animated Series. It's actually a continuation, and that comic series is Batman The Adventures Continue. Now, guys, this is actually issue number 1, and I actually got this past week at like a comic book store, and if you guys don't know, I actually talked about this first issue and this first storyline titled Hardware in like a recent video that you can watch right here. Now, this whole storyline, you actually see Batman go against Lex Luthor. There's some twists and turns. You see Batman actually get in the Dark Knight's Return armor. Yeah, guys, the Dark Knight's Return armor makes its first appearance in pretty much the DCAU continuity, or Batman the Animated Series continuity, but this is really cool, right? I really like this series. The art style is amazing. Guys, look at this cover right there. That just looks great. Like, you see Batman on top of it. You see all these different villains in like this pillar. You see like Phantasm, Deathstroke. Yeah, it's another thing. Deathstroke is actually in this series, and if you guys don't know, he actually doesn't show up at all in all the Batman the Animated Series episodes or any of like the New Adventures series episodes. So this is his first time in this universe. So it's actually a pretty big deal. You see Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, Joker, and guys, and Joker's actually a big part in this the episode that we're going over today, The Man Who Killed Batman. And yeah, I just wanted to recommend this series because it's an awesome series, and if you're a big fan of BTAS, then check it out. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get to the episode. Now, guys, this episode, I really like this one. We actually did a poll pretty much last week after I released my Beware the Grey Ghost video, my review on that, and you guys voted. I actually had like 5 different episodes I put out there. There's Second Chance, Heart of Ice, Harley and Ivy, The Demon Quest, or The Demon's Quest, and this one, The Man Who Killed Batman. This one won, guys. This one won by a landslide. It was actually like 50% to everything else was like below 50%. So it was really good, right? And I was like, alright, this must be, like, I watched this episode before, I thought it was pretty good, but I never thought it was really amazing. Now, rewatching it, I really love it, alright? There's so many good lines in this episode, and so many great parts. Now, the basic premise of it is really by the title. The title says it all. We have this guy named pretty much Sid. And he's actually called Sid the School in this episode. That's like his crime name. But his basic name is Sid. And you see in the beginning of the episode, he's running through the rain, and he's just very scared. Now, he makes it to Rupert Thorne's, pretty much his place. He gets inside, and Rupert Thorne is like, oh, I've heard about you. You're the man who killed Batman. Tell me how you did it. And Sid starts explaining. He's like, alright, what happened was, and by the way, Sid, he's very fidgety, he's very anxious. He doesn't seem like a guy who killed Batman. Like, he's no Joker, he's no Two-Face. He doesn't even seem like a villain at all. Honestly, in the real world, or actually in this world, he would die easily. But he just has some really good luck, alright? But what we see is he's actually going like his friend actually helped pretty much enlisted him into like this mob with these other guys, and they're going on a mission, right, to get these drugs, get them, and then get away. But Batman was gonna show up. All these different guys on this mission with Sid, they are actually meant to be in the mob. Like, they're very like, they're ready to go. They're alright, gonna steal these drugs, we'll take down Batman. He shows up, where Sid, he's so stupid that he would walk out into the light and just get him exposed, right? So what they do is they use him as bait, alright? They use him as bait. He goes up to the top of this building on the roof, and he starts just playing with his hands. That's when Batman shows up. Now, when Batman shows up, this gives these other guys enough time to pretty much carry out their mission, while Sid just gets beat up, alright? Now, what we see is Sid, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. And Batman actually tries to punch, but Sid actually walks back, gets hit by like this hanger, and kicks Batman in the face on accident. Then Sid almost falls off the roof. Batman goes to save him, but when Batman is pulling him up, Sid pretty much grabs too much and actually pulls Batman off the roof on accident. Yeah, big word, guys, accident. Like, it's a bunch of accidents in this episode. But we see Batman fall, and you see his whole, this gasoline tank, like, of propane explode. And Batman's whole cape and cowl is pretty much released. And Sid has it, and it's pretty much presumed that Batman's dead. He was destroyed by that big blast, by the propane. Like, nobody would survive that. And you see all these guys like, holy crap. And you see Sid coming out, he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. They're like, wow, Sid the Squid just killed the Batman. And we see Sid have to continue to tell the story to Rupert Thorne. It's like, I've always wanted to be a big shot. I always wanted to be the big winner. And we continue the story and we see him at like this bar with all these guys, and they always say, Sid, the most pretty much dangerous man in Gotham. He killed the Batman. And obviously there's different people who want to take him down, right? They're like, oh, he's the most dangerous guy. We'll take him down. And when they start going after Sid, we have this big fight that just breaks out in this bar. And what happens next is all of them are pretty much taken in by the police and they're put into like a jail cell, right? And you see Renee Montoya, you see Harvey Bullock, and Harvey Bullock's, he asked her, did you hear about it? Batman's dead. Renee Montoya's like, yeah, I heard about it. How's the commissioner taking it? And Harvey Bullock's like, he's not taking it so well. Because guys, if you don't know, Commissioner Gordon and Batman actually have a really good relationship, in my opinion. Like, they always help each other out. And actually, in comics, it's actually a very strong bond, even though Commissioner Gordon doesn't know that Bruce is Batman. But still, what we see here is then they're asking, which one of you guys did? Which one of you guys killed Batman?
How about it, losers? You see anything tonight? What's the word on this squid guy, huh?
And they start asking Sid questions. But that's when this random lady, Harley Quinn, walks in, and she's like, hey, I'm here to bail Sid out. Now, Harvey Bullock, he checks the papers, it's actually right. Now, she takes them into, like, this car, they start driving somewhere, and he's like, wow, who would bail me out? It's like, wow, woman, you have, like, a lot of makeup. And you see it's Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, and I saw this coming. Like, it was no big surprise, but it just shows that you know where Sid's going. He's like, oh no, the Joker. Now they show up, and Joker, he actually has like the hyenas. Like, we always see Harley with the hyenas, but it's cool to see Joker with the hyenas now too. That's really cool. We see Joker come out, he's like, wow, you're the man who killed Batman. Let me introduce myself. He puts out to pretty much shake his hand, but he has that same thing. It's pretty much like a needle on his hand that could actually kill a person. I remember always from Batman the Killing Joke when Joker pretty much went to shake this the guy at the circus his hand, and the guy just got a big smile, killed him. So that's the whole thing, that needle. You shake hands with it and it touches you, you immediately get laughing gas, pretty much Joker serum, and you die. But Sid actually notices it. Joker's like, oh sorry, it's just habit. Joker's actually about to kill him. Now Joker gets mad, he's like, how'd you pretty much kill Batman? He's like, we have to find out for sure. We're gonna go do a heist tonight and then make sure of that. And one of Joker's guys, one of his henchmen, Murphy, is like, make sure of what? And Joker's like, really? He's like, make sure the Batman is still alive. Don't ask stupid questions. And what we see is he has the hyenas start biting Murphy. He doesn't kill him, but really wrecks him. Like, it injures this guy. Now, we see him go on heist, still all except for diamonds, and Joker's just waiting. And what happens, all the police show up, and Joker's still waiting. He's like, he's supposed to be here. There's no way. Batman is never this late. He's like, I'm starting to have a bad feeling that he's actually gone. It's all because of you. And he's looking at Sid. He's all mad, alright? And he starts yelling, and then Harley comes by, and knowing Harley, she's like, hey, we got all these diamonds. Oh, it's all good. And Joker throws her. You know, Joker pretty much being mean to Harley. And he's like, and Joker says this big iconic line, in my opinion. It's a really great line. He says, without Batman, crime has no punchline. Now that line is so freaking good, alright?
Without Batman, crime has no punchline.
Because one, all those different words in that, pretty much that line are really good. But here, just hearing that line, without Batman, the crime has no punchline. Like, that's just famous. It's the best line in the episode. But what we see next is Joker, they make it back, and they have like a funeral at pretty much this chemical plant. And we see them talking, and Joker's like, he puts like a kick me on Batman's inside the coffin, because they have Batman's cape and cowl. So they put it in there, and Harley says this funny line. She's like, wow, Joker, you really know how to put the fun in funeral. I'm like, what? There's no fun in a funeral, but it's just something Harley would say, you know? What we see next is Joker starts talking how, oh, this is the day the clown cried. He's like, it wasn't just a man that died. It's not just that Batman died, but a dream died. The dream that I would finally, someday, take down my big hated enemy. So it shows that Joker's kind of mad about this. And he starts ranting and talking crap about Sid, and all the different henchmen, Harley and the other ones like Murphy, just separate out. They just leave Sid in the middle, and Joker's like, put him in the coffin. And what they do is they put him in the coffin, and you hear the Amazing Grace music, and he slowly goes down the line into the acid. Now what happens next is he's put into the acid. Joker's like, alright, well, that's enough of that. Who wants Chinese? So it's such a random line, but I liked it.
Well, that was fun. Who's for Chinese?
We see that Sid actually survives. He somehow gets out, and he's like, I survived, and then I went, and I'm gonna go to you. And who he's talking to is Rupert Thorne, the guy he went to at the beginning of the video. And Rupert Thorne's like, do you really think I'm an idiot? You think that I believe your whole story, that you're just a victim, that you just accidentally killed the Batman, accidentally got away from the Joker, accidentally did everything? He's like, no, you're just trying to fool me and get all my drugs. He actually puts a gun at pretty much Sid's head, and he's like, I'll help you get out of Gotham. Because the main reason that Sid went to Rupert Thorne is to get help getting out of Gotham so he doesn't have to go through any of this. But Rupert Thorne's like, yeah, I'll get you out of Gotham in a body bag. But before you can shoot, you see a batarang hit Rupert Thorne's gun, takes it out, and Batman, you see him take out all these guys, and Sid and Rupert Thorne is like, no way. And Rupert Thorne gets beat by Batman, and it turns out that Batman's actually alive. He just faked his death, and he's been trailing Sid this entire time, saving him. And the reason he's saving him, so he eventually lead all this drug stuff, all these cases back to the person. And the main person is Rupert Thorne. So Batman stopped all this stuff by just pretty much going behind Sid, just using him as bait to pretty much lead him to where he needs. So Batman's very smart, and Sid's like, alright, glad to help. He tries walking away, but Batman's like, no. You're going somewhere that maybe you could actually be seen as a big shot, like pretty much a winner. Now, we see that Sid's actually transferred to Arkham Asylum. And we see all the different inmates like, oh, you're a hero, Sid. You killed Batman. You faked out the Joker. Like, they're really praising Sid. And Sid's like, the final line, I finally become a big shot. Now, that's pretty good. I actually like Sid in this episode. Just seeing him how lucky he was, and the only thing he wanted was be a big shot is very cool. And all the different appearances. Joker, Harley, Harvey Bullock, Renee Montoya. I expect Batman was awesome in this episode. His whole plan was just genius. And then the whole Joker stuff in the episode is the best. Like, his lines, Harley's lines, like, they're obviously the best parts of the episode. And especially that one big line that I'll repeat one more time. Without Batman, crime has no punchline. Like, that's the big thing that sticks out for me in this episode. And guys, overall, I'm gonna give this episode a 9.7 out of 10. I definitely recommend check it out, guys. I honestly think this episode is better than Beware the Grey Ghost. Obviously, Almost Gotham is the best one, but this one was still really good. Like, before watching this another time, because I watched this episode way back when, I thought it was okay. It was a solid episode, really great, like, went with the quality of the series. But after watching it again, it just has so many great lines and great pacing, great art. And another thing, about the art style and the animation, like, I've never seen a great way that, like, pretty much Joker is just not smiling. Like, he was actually frowning in this episode, and it's drawn so well. Barely any type of artist or animators can do that. Now, let's jump into the new comic books of this week. First off, we got Batman number 96, and this is actually the Joker War Part 2. Now, this series, this actually event, how it started last issue, was really big, and had a big cliffhanger, and it's looking as Batman's pretty much going mad. He's going insane. This one person that can save him, Harley Quinn. Now, we'll see how that turns out, but there's one thing that's for sure. You don't want to miss out on this issue because it'll be pretty big. Now, another book that's coming out this week is Dark Knight's Death Metal, Legends of the Dark Knights. Now, this book will actually be extra long and has different short stories about the different Dark Knights, the different Batman that sprung up in Dark Knight's Death Metal. Like the Batmage, Batmobeast, B-Rex, also like the other ones like Batman Laughs. We learn more about him, we learn about the secret of Castle Bat, and of course, we learn about the secret origin of the Robin King. So there's going to be a lot of origins, a lot of cool talent from different writers in this issue, so you don't want to miss out on it. Now, another book that's coming out this week is Justice League number 50. Now, this is the finale to Simon Spurrier's The Rule story arc. Now, the Justice League are hated by the Troughs, but the Troughs are in trouble. How will the Justice League save a society that hates them? We'll find out. Now, another book that's coming out this week is Deceased Dead Planet number 2. Now, how last issue ended, it was a big deal, alright? It was a big cliffhanger, and with the art heroes, the Justice League back on Earth, they're in big trouble, alright? But they start learning that there's actually some people who are still alive. Now, as this is going on, we actually have Constantine, Zatanna, and Swamp Thing investigating new evil. A lot of big mysteries and big moments will happen in this issue, so you definitely want to check it out. Now, the last book that's coming out this week is Strange Adventures number 4. Now, we see Miss Terrific, the one on Adam Strange's case, go to Rand. He travels all the way to Rand to start even getting further into this investigation. It's going to be very interesting to see how this turns out. So if you've been loving this series so far, definitely check out this issue. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up pretty much the comics coming out this week. At least buy one of them, guys. And I'll be doing reviews for all these issues coming out this week, so stay tuned for those. Now, guys, in the comments below, tell me about this episode. You loved it, you hated it. What do you think about the idea of pretty much a random guy, a guy who's just lucky, killing Batman? And what was your favorite part from this episode and your favorite line? You guys tell me all your thoughts in the comments section below. And guys, like the video, give a big thumbs up. You should make subscribe to my next BTAS recap review. And guys, by the way, make sure you vote. I'll be doing another poll right after I release this video, putting 5 more episodes, and whichever one gets voted the most will be the episode I'll be going over next week. So stay tuned. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.